Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here in your gym in Greengairs in Scotland, somewhere, honestly, some crazy place to get to.
Remember the name yet?
I do remember the name. I've been here like 4 to 5 times now.
Right.
With me I've got Billy Nelson. How are you, sir? You good?
Fine, I think. Right.
Just go straight on to Martin BAKOLE. I mean, he's doing all the right things right now after the Michael Hunt. He went to Poland, won his knocked out, stopped Mary's whack. He went to Liverpool, got another stoppage there. Now he's fighting again in Newcastle. I said this to Martin, when can we see him in the bigger name? Just going to ask you the same question. When can we see him against somebody with a big name in the heavyweight division?
Monaco, 30th of November, I'm led to believe. It'll be somebody with a top 10 ranking, and somebody I think that I believe he'll stop and put himself in a great position to become, I mean, if you're in the top 10, even the top 15, you're capable of being a voluntary opponent for the champion.
Again, I said this before, Martin's doing all the right things, but when Parker got ill, obviously, a few weeks back, and CHISORA was without an opponent, Eddie Hearn mentioned when he came down the list, Martin BAKOLE. Did you receive a phone call from Eddie or anything like that referenced the CHISORA fight?
We personally, we approached Eddie and told him that we'd take that fight in a heartbeat, but we'd previously been offered the CHISORA fight and he said no, or his team said no. And anyway, they don't even want to spar. So
I think that's the reasoning behind that is obviously Martin's young, up and coming, and whatever that is.
He's got his own reasons, so I don't know what his reasons are.
Right.
But if they fight, there's only going to be one winner. Martin will school CHISORA and then stop him. Probably stop him, but certainly school him.
What's your thoughts on David Price stepping in to fight somebody like CHISORA then? What's your thoughts on that?
He's got a great opportunity, hasn't he? He's got a confidence. I know it was Dave Allen that he beat, but it was a big step up for Dave Allen, let's be perfectly honest. CHISORA's an established good fighter. You know, I think it could be a hard fight for both of them. Obviously David Price has got a good chance in the first 4 to 5 rounds. Then after that you would think CHISORA with experience would take over, or not so much experience, because David Price is a very experienced fighter, but CHISORA's been involved in probably, it'd be fair to say, bigger fights, and over the 12 round duration he's been over a lot more than what David has.
Just go back to Martin. I mean, obviously he's going to fight somebody here in Newcastle on Saturday, but the big test is going to be in Monaco and Monte Carlo on the 30th of November. Martin mentioned something like a minor title, WO sort of title. Is that? I'm not sure.
Not sure. The guy that he's fighting holds a title,
right?
In a WBO. But this guy we're fighting,
would that be on the line then?
Well, he would like to think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'd like to think so. But the guy on Saturday night, I mean, he went a distance with Oscar Rivas. He went 10 rounds with Oscar Rivas, and so I've seen people on Twitter saying, "Oh, this guy's a bum, this, that, and that." Far from a bum. Far from a bum. You don't go 10 rounds with Oscar Rivas if you're a bum. I don't like that termination, bum, anyway. If any man that goes in the ring, it's derogatory. But what I would say is he's went 10 rounds with Oscar Rivas. He's went 6 rounds with Ngeve Romanov. You don't do that if you're not a capable, competent fighter. So I believe it'll be a good fight on Saturday night, one of which I'm very confident will win. Martin's looking exceptional just now, though.
He seems in a very happy place, which as the old saying goes, happy fighters are dangerous.
I just wish a year ago he was in that same. Well, it was till 2 days before the Hunter fight. You just don't know where we would have been now if he'd done the business against Hunter. But we can't go back. We're only going forward. We've severed our ties with the McGuigans, and we've came with the biggest promoter in the world, and Eddie Hearn, certainly he is the biggest promoter in the world, isn't he? Basically,
he's doing everything UK and stateside, isn't he?
And he's got all the best heavyweights.
Well, in saying that, I mean, it's going to be easier for Martin to get the fights that he wants.
100%. Aye. I mean, there's been talk about Higovic as well. You know, he's no problem whatsoever fighting Higovic. None of them.
Well, Usyk's obviously stamped his name in the heavyweight division on Saturday night there, hasn't he? Did you see Usyk?
Oh, aye. Yeah. I mean, he's class. He's class, but he'd love to fight him because Martin was brought up with his brother, Makabu Alunga. That's his brother who's fighting for the world title, and his next fight, and he's a southpaw. So Martin basically beat up for a whole year learning boxing by his brother. So there's nothing too much that a southpaw can bring you that Martin's not seen.
But Usyk is that sort of difference. People say he's just like a big Lomachenko sort of thing. Obviously not without the high tech speed, but Tony Bellew.
But he has got that speed for the bigger for a bigger man.
Yeah.
You need to remember. Look at this with the fullest respect to Tony Bellew, who's a fine fighter. Look at the difference in speed between and feet movement, especially his feet movement between his and Tony's. You know, it was a big gap in it. Yeah,
definitely. Well, I'm going to just say this. You've always been an advocate for Martin. You're saying he's going to be a world heavyweight champion. I mean, when you look at the guys at the top now, Andy Ruiz, Joshua, Wilder, Tyson Fury. I mean, to become a world champion in the heavyweight division seems quite hard with these guys, these big names out there, because they are talented big men. I mean, they can whack as well.
Give Martin BAKOLE any of their names, and I believe he'll get every single one of them a hard fight. And possibly beat them. Any one of them.
No, that's the confidence I like in you, Billy.
I'm just being honest. No, I know the skill set that he's got. I mean, certain people say they can't get their opponents fights.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a lot of shite. They've asked this one and that one. They've no asked Martin BAKOLE. Why have they no asked Martin BAKOLE? Why have people no asked Martin BAKOLE? Because they know that he's a dangerous fighter. But now we're the best promoter in the world and getting promoted properly, being active. I mean, Eddie didn't need to put Martin on this fight, on this show in Newcastle. He's actually done us a favour by allowing us to keep our tools sharp for the fight in November. So you can't ask for any better, you know what I mean? And he's getting handsomely paid for it as well. So, you know, it's a win-win situation. And if opportunities come about, I mean, see when Martin finds out things on Twitter, he'll say to me, "Can you ask?" I mean, he'd gladly fight Dylan White, and Dylan White's next fight. I know it's December, and they probably, unless Martin won in the first or second round, they're going to get somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But see if Dylan never fought to February, 100% would fight him. And we'd have a WBO title to go with, hopefully.
Like I said that to Martin as well. If you do go down that WBO route and all goes well for Joshua, being that as well, they all good friends. I mean, they go down sparring with each other a lot in Sheffield and that. But again, that would be some fight, Joshua against BAKOLE, especially if it was in Africa as well. Martin said it's got to be in the Congo or Nigeria.
No, Josh has always said that he wants to fight in Africa. You know what I mean? So Martin is obviously the best African heavyweight, and if he had a legitimate title there and maybe get another 1 or 2 wins after that, there's no reason to say that they couldn't fight each other. I mean, Anthony said maybe fighting in Nigeria because his family heritage comes from there. Martin comes from Congo. I think his brother's fighting for a world title in Congo in December. So why not? I mean, listen, after all, boxing's a business, and he's not for a minute shouting at Anthony Joshua.
Of course, yeah.
Because we're involved with it with Anthony Joshua as well, or his management group. But if they want, you know, if the opportunity arose, he would no say no to nobody. That's what people say. They want to fight people. Now, there's 2 ways to get out of a fight: say no, or say, like supposedly Derek Chisora said to Frank Warren, "We want 5 million." You know you're not going to get 5 million. If a fight's maybe worth $1 million, whatever it's worth, and you're looking for 5, that's just saying no.
Yep.
But they save face by saying, "Oh well, I gave him a price," but it's an unrealistic price. So there's 2 ways to get out of a fight. I assure you, given a decent deal through Eddie, if people wanted to phone Eddie and ask him to fight the guys, if it was a good deal, Martin BAKOLE would fight anybody.
I get that vibe we used to.
Anywhere. Just went to Poland, never had one fan there. I could hear a pin I could hear a pin drop going in that ring. It was quite Rocky against Drago-esque.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, Jesus Christ. It was about 9,000 there. But hey, they were fair cheered him when he won, because he put in a cracking performance as well.
Well, he's, like I said to you, he's doing all the right things now after the Hunter loss, isn't he? He's going in there and just stopping the guys that he's in front of him. Again, it's a heavyweight division. We know one punch can change a thing. But again, I want to just jump into being that we are both Scottish, even though I'm from the east and you're from the west, and
I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Oh, I was going to talk about Lee McGregor and Cash Brick. You thought we were going to talk about Josh Taylor. I was going to talk about Lee McGregor and Cash
Josh,
Brick.
we nearly had him, Elby, man. He changed that last second.
Cash Brick and Lee McGregor. I mean, I said this. Every time Scotland needs a fight like this, because it's been 15 years since we've seen two young Scottish fighters fight for the British Commonwealth title, undefeated, 20, 21, 22 years old. I mean, what a fight this is for Scotland and Britain, I suppose.
Oh, it's a cracking fight. Is Cash now 24?
I think he's 23, 24 years. He's a wee bit old.
He's still young.
Still young,
relatively coming into man strength now. Cracking fight, absolute belter of fight. MTK have done fantastically well getting that. It's going to be a sellout, great atmosphere. Who wins it? Initially, I thought Lee McGregor would have been too strong for him, but after seeing Cash in my own gym and in his last few fights, I slightly favour him, if I'm perfectly honest.
It is, like I say, it is a 50-50 fight,
it's
isn't it?
It's a belter of a fight.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be glad for whoever wins, because I know both of them, you know. But I'll be glad for whoever wins. But if I was put on, I'm not going to sit on the fence, you know, like so many others. If you ask me a question, I'll answer it, and I think slightly 55-45 for Cash.
I guess one of the fights that the loser doesn't just disappear, eh?
No.
I mean, they're still young enough to come again.
They're too good to disappear. You know what I mean? They could quite easily, for talking, say, if either or wins the two titles, I would have fully expect, if Cash wins, I would fully expect that he gives the two titles up, and Lee would go and fight for either of the titles or both of them in his next fight or the one after, and win them, because there's nobody in Britain that touches the two domestically.
That's and obviously in the bantamweight division.
In that division.
So the winner goes on to European then.
Quite possibly, or world title eliminator maybe.
Oh, I think it's always good to get your views on that. Well, you said you brought him up, Josh Taylor. Since you brought him up, but I wasn't going to talk about Josh.
Who?
Josh, some guys, some Scottish kid that's fighting in London. Well, let's talk about Josh. I mean, 2 weeks time, he's fighting a 2 weeks on Saturday. Yeah, well, a week on Saturday. Sorry, he's fighting Regis Prograis, unified world champion. Not seen that since. Who was the last unified Scottish world champion?
Ricky Burns.
High five.
No, he never unified.
Ken Buchanan then, was it?
I don't know if he fought for the unification, did he?
Yeah, he was a WBA and WBC.
Was he?
Yeah.
I thought he was only one title.
No, he was. That's why he's the best Scottish fighter gone.
Well, he was a fine fighter, wasn't he?
Definitely. Well, I think it is since Ken Buchanan, but I mean, what an achievement that would be for Scotland and Josh, wouldn't it?
Oh, I mean, you can't meet a nicer guy in Josh. Daft as a brush.
No,
you know
he's
what I mean?
daft as a brush, right?
Hibs fan. You know, there's a lot of negatives there, but the positives are he's a world class fighter, and I just think he'll be just that wee bit too clever for Progress. Yeah. I just think it's just a wee bit clever. Progress, a dangerous fighter. Both hands, powerful puncher. Josh is more than competent with both hands. You know what I mean? But I think the skill factor, there's a wee bit more in Josh's locker than Progress. I think. But what a fight! Definitely. What a show!
I know, it's just a cracking show. Obviously, now that we've got Chisora, Price and stuff like that, lots of Cole's on it as well. He's
fighting on Saturday.
Is he?
He's fighting against the Dutch boy for the European title in Newcastle.
Is he? Oh, I thought he was on that card. Okay, that's goes to show you.
He's in Newcastle.
Is he? I'll take your word for it then.
No, I just looked at it.
Did you? See, boxing knowledge.
On the ball, wee man. On the ball.
I will be remiss not to mention his name, but I just want one word from you. One word. Sam Jones. Go.
A good man, Sam. Bam Jones.
Bam Jones. He's English. He won't know what Bam means. It's a nice word, Sam.
I'll tell you next time I meet you, wee man.
Right, Billy. As always, thanks for doing Spyfell TV, and see you Thursday at the press conference down in Newcastle.
Yep, no problem. Thank you.
Man, thanks very much, Billy.